At this point in the course, I think it's time to take a rest. Now, bit of a cheesy pun. A rest is something that's used in rhythm where, quite simply, we are not doing anything. It's complete silence. Now, often rests get overlooked. People think, okay, well, I'm not doing anything, so I'm going to stop thinking. I'm going to stop thinking about the music. I'm just taking a massive rest there. It's really important that in that silence, you know exactly how long that silence is for. Okay, so that's why rests have symbols in rhythm notation, just like the other notes that we've learnt so far. Okay, I'm going to be taking you through the most common ones that you're likely to find in music. They are whole bar, half bar, quarter bar, eighth bar, and 16th beat rests. And I'm going to be showing you how to play those. So with our metronome on 70, we're going to get used to doing a whole bar rest. Okay, so a whole bar means 4 beats. So we're going to strum the first 4, 1, 2 as quarter beats, and then we're going to rest. 2, 3, 4. Now to counter rest, I'd like you to whisper. So we just did 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, admittedly, we're not resting, we're making noise out of our mouths, but it helps you keep your time. So you can either count it or listen to the metronome. But remember, the metronome won't always be there. Okay? You might be tapping your foot quietly in the background to keep time. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to whisper rests when you're counting them out loud. Let's look at what a half bar rest is like. So we're going to do it on this one. We're always going to do quarter notes first. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, okay. How to rest, you just take your hand, this case I'm using a plectrum, but you just take your hand and you just plant it on the strings. Do not go and leave it ringing, because that isn't doing a rest, it's holding the second beat for 3 beats because the notes are still ringing to the end of the bar. So please stop your hand, put it on the right hand, or you can grab on this left hand, but whatever you do, just stop the strings. Right, this time we'll look at quarter note rests, and we're going to rest on the 2 and the 4 of each bar. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's put that rest on the 1 and 4 of each bar. 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so that was actually doing a 2-beat rest, sort of tying into the next bar, but that just gives you an idea of the power of the rest. Now, there is also 8th beat rests. Okay, so if we're dividing the bar up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and. So I'm doing 8th beat rests on the 1, 2, 3 or 4. The first time, that's what I was doing the first time, and the second time I was doing rests on the ands, okay? So you can also be having 8th beat rests, and we are going to look into 16th beat rests, but they will be something for a little bit later on when we get into syncopated rhythms. So the thing to take away from rests, in music, if we didn't have silence, we wouldn't have music. It sounds like a bit of a silly thing to say, but if we were living in a world permanently full of music, then how would we even know? Okay, so that's why having silence, pauses and breaks in music is really, really important. And you'll be surprised how much it happens in songs. You probably just don't notice it. There's instruments stopping all the time in most music, okay, and they're taking a rest, but they know when they're coming back in, and that's the really important thing.